Thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Simonetti. The news today is a pause in the trade war. President Trump deciding not to increase tariffs for 90 days in his meeting with China's Xi Jinping at the G20 summit in Argentina. So the two countries have pledged to immediately begin negotiations on structural changes. James Carafano is the Vice President of National Security and Foreign Policy at the Heritage Foundation. James, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be with you.
You know, so the president has this strategy, if you will, of break things and then try to fix them. But I'm not sure you can fix these big structural changes like trade, like intellectual property and the like in 3 months. Can you?
No, but this is more this is more Game of Thrones, right? This is the first president in several presidents now that's taken a policy that says, look, let's confront Chinese destabilizing behavior and cheating head on and bump them in the head and get their attention. The Chinese were clearly perplexed by Trump. We had several meetings with Chinese officials over the last few months, and clearly they didn't know how to deal with this guy. So they blinked. But the question is where do we go from here? Of course, they're not going to change overnight. And so this administration is going to have to continue to pressure them year in and year out until we get substantive changes in Chinese behavior.
Critics will say China is just slow walking the U.S. here, and the president is falling into the same traps as previous U.S. presidents. Your thoughts?
Well, of course they are. But this administration knows that they're trying to do that. But let's remember, the Chinese blinked. They haven't done that for quite some time. They haven't slow-walked U.S. presidents. What they've done is done nothing because nobody's challenged them before. So now they're trying to see how serious and how tough they are. There's a lot of parallels here between this and the North Korean negotiations, when the North Korea said, yeah, we'll denuclearize, but they're really not serious, and they're really testing Trump to see if he really is serious. And I think the president's got the Chinese attention. Now he has to continue to walk that walk.
Do you think he sacrificed any of his leverage based on recent economic developments here in the U.S., whether it's the layoffs at General Motors, a slowing housing market, or even if you look at, you know, his base, farm country, and these farmers have so many soybeans, and they're basically just praying and holding them right now. Do you think he lost any of his leverage because of recent developments?
Well, this is the challenge with using tariffs as the hammer. Look, the projection for next year is slower economic growth. That's not good for the United States. And so the president does have to, as every president, there are no kind of lunch-free, options here, right? He has two challenges, right? He has to pressure the Chinese. He has to continue to look at domestic economic growth. And so he has to weigh those. But you know what? The Chinese feel exactly the same pressures.
Yeah. And as you said, James, Donald Trump got China to blink, and we'll take it. James Carafano, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that blink is